Welcome back, everyone. It's FNusa57 here. I am back on Neverwinter on the Xbox One, and today I will be explaining for you what to do in the Jungles of Chult, which is also Mod 12. So hopefully we can simplify and eliminate some of the confusion that you may have about this update. Now, initially I didn't plan the video, but yeah, let's just say that this update even had me confused a little bit. Now, when you first arrive and complete the general quest line for the Jungles of Chult, you will be left here in the port and basically wondering, what in the bloody hell do I do? Now, the initial quest line, you start at Sergeant Knox back in Protector's Enclave with the Dark Tidings quest that you pick up. But after you complete that and you're left here, you're going to be wondering, what in the world do you actually need to do? So the first thing that you want to do is look at the Jungles of Chult campaign. And you can do the Jungles of Chult. Then there's 3 different advancement categories. There's the one on the left, which is for monster hunts and creating lores. The one in the middle, which leads to the dungeon. And then the one on the right, which is your boons. If you wish to unlock Tomb of the Nine Gods immediately or as fast as possible, then what you need to do is focus on going up the middle tier, but trying to join other people or buy or trade for lore items. If you don't care and you want to do the hunts and make the lores, then you can go with the first category on the left and then go up the middle, but it is completely up to you. You will notice at the top you have a weekly haul. This is how many Forgotten Totems, which is the advancement in the campaign currency that you are allowed to obtain in 1 week. In addition to that number, you can obtain another 25 per week from doing the hunts. And every time you unlock one of these in the middle tree, it will increase the weekly haul by 25. So, giving you more to do. You will also notice there is one more currency down at the bottom, which is a Chultan treasure as opposed to the Forgotten Totems, and you'll need that for several things. So, now that you're in this area, basically, there's going to be several things for you to do. Most of your quests, both daily and weekly, are going to come from the Prince over here. This is the main guy that you get quests from in the port. And the weekly quest you can technically do up to 6 times. So Chultan Trials is your daily quest. Patrolling Chult is the up to 6 times weekly, and the Merchant Prince's Bounty is the weekly. Those quests, as you can guess, reset every week. You will have other quests that are labeled patrols. Patrols give XP, silver, and of course, Chultan riches. So you can do multiple patrols in a day, but what you need to do is 1 patrol, then turn in the Patrolling Chult quest, pick up the Patrolling Chult quest again, do another patrol. This way you can get it done technically 6 times in 1 day. You can basically get done your entire week's worth of farming for the campaign in 1 day, and then move on to whatever you want. But you'll see that your daily Chultan Trials quest will reward you with riches as well. So you just turn that into him, and basically that is a easy quest to complete because all you have to do is go into the actual jungle area, kill things, and or do repeatable quests there, and you're good to go. Now, before I move into anything more complicated, let me explain the vendors and the gear, because I'm sure some of you have seen in the Collections tab, if you go down to the Chult area, you will see Primal Armor, Huntsman Armor, Pilgrim Armor, Pioneer Armor, League's Armor, Chultan Crafted Weapons, Hunts of Chult, which is where everybody gets confused, and there is a lot of different gear that has been introduced with this mod. You'll also see fishing, and you'll see the curiosity items. There's just a ton of different stuff basically in this area. So the first vendor that I like is this recipe keeper right here. Now, here you can buy Chultan recipes. You can buy them for most of the professions. Alchemy, artificing, jewel crafting, leatherworking, platesmithing, mailsmithing, tailoring, and weaponsmithing. Now they cost 2,000 of the Chultan riches apiece. I already have alchemy, and I also purchased jewel crafting. Probably the next one on my list is going to be mailsmithing. I'm going to purchase all of these eventually, and what they do is if you have your professions at level 25, they allow you to convert items that you find, profession resources basically, in the river area of Chult into better resources. They also allow you to make the new Mod 12 weapons. So with that being said, you're going to look at the armor sets and go, oh, I want this piece, I want that piece, how do I get it? Let me explain the other vendors to you. The other vendors over here. You have the Seal of the Brave vendor. This is where you get your primal gear. You only get Seals of the Brave from the Tomb of the Nine Gods dungeon. So that's going to be a while before you get any of that. I wouldn't worry about it too much. Then you have your Pioneer gear. Pioneer gear is the gear that can be purchased with the Chultan riches. And it's pretty good gear. It's not great. It's 440 gear, so it's good if you're lower item level, but if you already have better gear, then don't worry about it too much. You can also buy rings if you do want rings. They're available to you as well. Last vendor is this League equipment vendor. So if you don't want to purchase the recipes and make the League gear yourself, you can actually buy it from this vendor, or you can buy it off of the Tarmaloon Trade House. Now, it costs Astral Diamonds, and it's kind of overpriced in all honesty because it is item level 420, which isn't even really that great. Like, none of these stats are that great. It's basically weaker than Elemental Dragonflight. I would say it is close to the equivalent of regular Dragonflight gear. Easier to obtain than Dragonflight gear, but not really that impressive for the price. Same thing, there are League's rings that you can buy from that vendor. You can also access, if you wish, your bank right here, and then there are going to be some more vendors in this little square. This is where you make lore items. Each one of these people has different items that they will make if you have the required currency to trade with them for the actual lore. And that's where you get the items for hunts. Now, another thing that you can do is you can do fishing. This NPC right here will have a quest for you about fishing. And you, of course, need your fishing pole and everything. But you can sell the fish that you catch for Chultan currency. And you can buy bait from him. Now, when you purchase bait, you can either purchase bait for 15 diamonds apiece, not worth it, or 1 Chultan riches each. And you can purchase really however many bait you want. So, just for fun, I'm going to purchase 98 bait. And that leaves me with 500 of the currency. Alright, off into the jungle. I will mention one thing before I run in there. If you want, there's training dummies here, but that's up to you. This boat right here is the travel gate. This boat right here and this boat right here are both used for patrols, which are those missions that you can pick up every day for additional currency. And technically you can do all of the patrols, like do this patrol, plus do the patrols located inside the Jungles of Chult area, and then save them and just keep picking up the weekly quest, the one that says 6 times, and then turn in a patrol and it'll complete the weekly quest, which the weekly quests also give you these treasure maps, which allow you to find additional resources. There are some new potions and new food, which is one thing that I didn't mention because I'm not really interested in it, but they are available if you wish to purchase them. They cost diamonds. They're not really that great, but they're basically, they grant HP and defense, HP and power, HP and recovery, HP and movement, HP and regen, or the one down here at the bottom grants you HP and Everfrost resistance, which is useless in this zone. But if you want to buy some extra buffs, that is the vendor that you buy said buffs from. So, into the jungle we go. Now, everything in here has a weird name. I'm not familiar with the pronunciation of it, so if I get it wrong, don't be too upset with me. But once you arrive in this area, assuming that you have arrived here just for your very first day after completing the basic quest, you will notice in some zones there's a heroic that spawns there, but where this campfire is, Camp Vengeance. Camp Vengeance is where you get your daily repeatable quests. And anywhere in this river, anywhere in the entirety of this river, you can fish if you want to. So basically, what you need to do is just run around and kill things or complete the quests to go ahead and level up, or not level up, but complete your daily quest that gives you those extra riches. If you see any of those blue flowers that I searched, make sure to go ahead and search them because you can acquire bait, Chult riches, or other useful profession items from them. Now, when you're running through this zone, you will want to make sure that you have your armor pen up. You want 80% damage resistance ignored. You also may wish to equip a bark shield, and all the enemies that you kill and fight in this zone do count towards the completion of your main daily quest, just like they would if you were doing the main quest mercantile missions back in the River District. So some enemies are avoidable. Some enemies can have rare spawns. Those rare spawns can give you hunt items. I will do a detailed video on hunts later if you wish to check that out. This is just to kind of simplify what you need to do and what you can skip doing. Now, right in front of me is going to be an area that spawns the KOS, or King of Spines. That is a heroic encounter. You can do it if you wish to. If you want to see what you can get from it, or you want to see me complete it, I have a video where I went through all of these quests and basically gave my impressions upon all of them. It's useless, though. It really is not, honestly, worth the time that you spend to do the heroic encounter, so don't bother with it. Now, the gear that you will see that everybody wants is called, like the Rex Corna, the Rex Chestplate. Both of those items, they drop from King of Spines. But if you look at them, it says they drop from Jungles of Chult, King of Spines. So it's a little confusing because there's two different categories of enemy, both named King of Spines. Alright, with that being said, let me use one of those potions just because. And you'll see that I killed this group of enemies and they did drop a Eteranus Talon. Like I said, I don't know the pronunciation. I just call it a Raptor Talon. But that was a rare group of enemies, and that is the unique item. Now, I should warn you that every time you have a unique item or a hunt lore, you can only have one of each individual one in your inventory. They are classified as a unique item. Therefore, you cannot have more than one in your inventory, but you can mail additional ones to yourself. Now, we're coming up on the river, which, as I mentioned, anywhere in this river, anywhere that you would like to, you can go ahead and fish. You fish exactly the same as you would in Sea of Moving Ice. You do need a boat to fish, and you do need a fishing pole to fish. You can pull league items like boots and stuff. You can pull some of the hunt items, but for the most part, you just pull fish that you turn in for Chultan currency. So, personally, I can't stand fishing, but that's just to give you an idea. And you can, of course, use your boat, which I have the fastest boat. I have the epic boat from the Sea of Moving Ice. So that's why I move so fast in the water. Now you'll notice that those are blue crabs, big giant blue crabs up ahead. Those are the rare spawn for the blue crab claw that I have in my inventory. So I'm going to go ahead and mail myself those items, and I'll kill these blue crabs in the hopes that they might give me something else as I make my way up to the encampment, or Camp Vengeance. If you do have any specific questions or questions on a portion of the campaign that I did not cover, feel free to message me or leave a comment. I'll be happy to help you out any way that I can. I will say that this area is more difficult, so if you are fresh level 70 or under geared, you may not wish to come into this zone immediately. So you'll see 2 NPCs right here. Both of these NPCs you can pick up quests from, and those quests will reward you with Chultan Riches. If you have not reached your maximum for the week, they will also reward you with the Forgotten Totems as well. This NPC here is just a regular NPC vendor. You can buy all of your health potions, you can buy all of your injury kits, things like that from that NPC, and you can also sell any items that you wish to that NPC for gold. This NPC here will also give you a quest. You can only have 2 of these camp quests in your inventory at one time, but you can continue to repeat them as many times as you would like, basically throughout the day. So it's completely up to you what you wish to do, and whether you want to come here, do the daily quest, leave, go about whatever else you want to do, or come here and just farm your entire week's haul in one day, is completely up to you. Like I said earlier though, if you want to get the dungeon unlocked as fast as possible, you are going to need to make sure that you go up the middle tree and get your weekly haul, plus do 25 hunts every week. This way you'll have enough of the Forgotten Totems to go ahead and unlock the dungeon as fast as possible. If you don't care about that as much, or if you're lowered geared, then it's not really as important to advance the middle tree as quickly as it is to make the monster hunting lures and to go ahead and get your boons. So, with that just about covers everything that you need to do in the Jungles of Chult. I will do a video covering specific aspects of it, aka fishing and hunts, just to cover all of the bases. But if you have any questions in the meantime, make sure you message me. If you found the video helpful, then please leave a like on it and share it. That greatly helps out with the searchability of videos here on YouTube. And of course, subscribe for more content. Until next time, stay frosty.